What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Though Show. It's your boy Dame D. We are live today. We have a panel. We're going to be talking about friends. How many of us can say that we have true friends? I'll allow my guests to introduce themselves to the show, and you can go. We'll start with the left corner, and you guys can go ahead and go from that order. So go ahead, you guys.
Going left one.
That's you.
It would be you.
That'd be me.
Yeah, just go ahead,
Top
bro.
corner.
This that nigga Black West Side Act representative. I'm just saying, hey, I'm in the building.
There we
What's
go.
up?
There we
What's
go.
up, Black?
What up?
Okay.
What up, Big Dave?
What up?
Okay, well,
Mhm.
I'll introduce myself. We got Big Dave from Straight. That you know what,
Man,
hold
look,
on. You know what, guys? Let's
it's
start this
real
over.
talk with Big Dave.
There we go. And go ahead and introduce yourself to the show, DJ.
It's real talk. Go ahead.
Talking to me? Who we
Yes.
talking to? I'm like, okay, I'm DJ Shawnee D, straight from the D by way of Chicago.
Okay,
What
there we
up,
go.
y'all?
There we go. But I apologize. We had a little technical difficulties with people introducing themselves to the show. But today we're going to be talking about friends. How many of us can really say we have true friends? My first question, I'm going to go ahead and start off with you, Big Dave. This was a conversation that we had starting off. We talked about this last week. Friends. What do you call a friend, Big Dave? Because friends can be associates. Friends can come in all different types of ways, and you know what I mean. So
Come in
what
all
what
shapes
what
and
what you
sizes
call
and
a true
all.
friend and a friend?
A friend can come in all shapes and sizes and all color.
There we go.
At the end of the day, I look at them all as associates because once I start to see, once I call you sis or bro, you bigger than a friend to me. You more like family to me. So I look at people that if you call them a friend, they're nothing but an associate
Okay.
because associates can go so far with you. But once you start to call a person your brother or your sister, you start to look at them like family, they'll treat you the way you would treat them. Associates can turn any day when they just don't want the friendship no more. That's how I look at it.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask you that same question, Black. What would you call a friend or true friend? You know what I mean? So elaborate on us. What you call a friend or a true friend?
Like, with me, you know, you shit. Do
Go ahead,
that.
speak your
I,
mind,
I
man.
I really did I had a whole true evaluated answer for this shit, man. But like my friend is my friend. It ain't like if I say you my nigga or you my homie, you know what I'm saying? That's an associate to me. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like I'm only child, so brothers and like Damon D, I call you my brother, which means that you are a true friend to me. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I don't know. I'm a loyal motherfucker, so like to me, your friend, like if I call you my friend or you call me your friend, and I am your friend, that means shit. Ain't nothing breaking that loyalty to me.
Okay, there we go. Well, DJ Shiny D, I want to ask you that same question. What would you call a friend? Give us your definition of a friend.
I would say a person who's not related that offers support, that offers companionship, that pushes you when you need to be pushed, doesn't lie to you, um, will drop everything to come and assist you if needed. Wants to see what's best for you, wants to see you grow, not gonna stand in your way. If you start a business, they not gonna call you and ask what's the hookup.
Right.
They gonna pay whatever the price is because they want to support you without being asked,
Right.
and you there for them as well. So even though a friendship is one thing. Me being a friend back is also important to me.
Okay, bam. And I think you hit it right on
That's
the
that's
nose.
a
You took the
friendship,
words.
baby girl.
Thank
You
you
took the words
That's
right
a
out of my mouth.
friendship.
A
It
friend.
go back. It go back and forth.
for sure.
It
Right.
can't be one sided.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Like shit, my
And it's
nigga
just like
got
with.
me.
Go
Shit, it's
ahead,
been
Black.
years since I kicked it with my guy, but I know, you know what I'm saying. He got me like I got him. You know what I'm saying? And
And it's
what?
just like
Shoot,
DJ Sonny D
I
said.
came
A
back.
friend
What
is
I came back to Akron. Dang,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I came back to Akron. What 2001?
right. I believe I met you maybe in 2000.
Nah, you met me in '98.
Okay,
That's
wow,
when I
98.
moved up there in '98.
Okay, so how many years have that
And
been?
then I moved back home in like 2001.
Okay.
Mm.
See, and I kind of met you like how I met Big Dave. I met you through another mutual friend. But I'm gonna get back to what DJ Sonny D was saying. Friends. She hit it right on the nose with her definitions of friends. A friend is gonna be there to support you. They're not gonna want to hook up. For something that you're doing for them. A friend is gonna be there for you through good times and through bad times. A lot of us can't say that we have really true friends. Friends are hard to find. That's why when when you have good friends and you have true friends, you got to hold on to them. Because like I said, friends are hard to find. Big Dave, give us your give us your I want to speak on how we met. And I'll give the listeners and the viewers.
But
Like I said, two of
well,
my good friends that's on the panel with me today, I met through other mutual friends. We
uh,
became really good friends through another friend. And I just want to just I just want to tell you thank you for being my friend. Friends are definitely something hard to come by. And you definitely been a good friend since day one. And that's just hard to come by, because I have so-called friends that I've had for, many of years that, have not, been a friend that you've been to me for the little time that I've been knowing you. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, say it again. So-called friends. That means it
Right.
was never a real connection. A lot of people like to act like your friend because who you are and what you got and what they think they can benefit out of it. But that's not what me and you are. See, when you're a realist and you're real people's game recognized game.
Right.
So I met you through our mutual brother. And we
Right.
both been knowing for years. And he know what I'm about and he know what you about. And he said, well, damn, Dave, you finna do this? My man, he doing this. Y'all to be perfect. And then he made the phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and
Phone
that,
call. And once he made that phone call, the first day we talked, 2 days later, we was doing some shit together. And we
Right.
ever since until I made it to your house. And we've been making it happen ever since and got bigger things coming.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's
And
because we think alike and we for the same thing. I'm not trying to get over on you. You're not trying to get over on me. Most people like to use that friend title because what they think they can get out of it.
right.
For
You see,
sure.
and that's a fact.
And I want to talk a little bit about friends and what's the word I'm looking for? Givers and takers, because you have a lot of friends that's so-called friends, but they're really takers, So DJ Shiny D, if you can speak a little bit about that, have you ever had any so-called friends that you thought that was your friend, but really was, was a taker?
Yes. I mean, and a lot of times because I kind of grew up with a mother and a father that had really good jobs, so I always had stuff. And what I never really realized is that when you have a lot of material things, people who don't have a lot of stuff are attracted to you
Mm.
Right,
because, they can experience these things through you. I've had a lot of instances where, people would come over to my house and my stuff would be broken. They would break stuff because they just hate to see somebody else with it. I've had a lot of experience. I think that maybe in our older age, a good question to ask somebody that you just meet that you seem to have that kind of organic kind of spark with is what kind of friend are you? You know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
think that we should be asking that question. I don't think, because even in a relationship, even if you meeting somebody and y'all on the first date, it's not wrong or weird to ask, what kind of friend are you? Because that's going to tell me what kind of relationship I'm going to get with you for
Mm.
real.
Michelle, real quick, that's what a friend is. It's a relationship.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is a relationship, not taking over or cutting you off. Everything is a relationship. What you have with your dad or your mom or your sister, your brother, your child, even your friends is all a relationship. So it's not
Mm,
wrong with trying to find out what level that friend is on so you'll know how far you're going to go with that person. Because, like you just said, and like I said, most people like to come around you based on what you got and what they
mm.
can get.
Yeah. Because, if you really want to see what kind of friend a person is, say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that show you fast that they ain't no real friend.
Say
Because
Exactly.
no.
as long as they can get what they want, you cool as
Yeah.
hell.
Yep. Say no. And I'm on a say no a tour in this motherfucker. I'm saying
Just say no.
yes. Because I've been so giving. I've been so giving to people because if I got it, you can have it. Like, I just never really cared about that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, right now, as far as meeting new people, I don't even need a red flag. You give me a pink flag in this motherfucker and I'm out. It's just shit people are doing right now that is weird as hell. And I just think that there are no more real friends. Like, you could say that you a friend to somebody nowadays based off of likes and or what y'all dressed alike and y'all get y'all
Right.
eyelashes done. But back in the day, we used to play together. We used to be around each other. I was in your house, you was in mine. So I
Right.
think that's when friends became more like family
See, and
because
you hit it right on the nose, LaShawn. I want to ask you that question. How many of you guys can say that you still have those friends, them childhood friends that you called your friend or your associate, whatever? You know what I mean? So how many of
I
us
got
can
a
say
couple
that we
of
still have those childhood friends that we met, when we were childhood friends?
I
for
got a couple
sure.
I got a couple of them, and like I said, we've been knowing each other over 50 years. So like, we don't even look at each other as friends no more. We've been working together as family.
Right.
Y'all play cuz. Y'all
Yeah,
play cuz. That was the term we
that's what it.
gave real close friends.
And
I
no
play
one would
good.
never know that because when they
Yeah.
see the connection, they think is for real family, but it is
Yeah.
real family because you don't necessarily have to be blood to be family.
Mm-mm.
But your own
Mm-mm.
blood, a motherfucker off the streets will treat you better than your own blood.
Right.
So you
Better
And that's a
believe it.
fact.
necessarily have to be blood to be family. Remember we used to watch movies and the other motherfucker cuss somebody and then y'all rub blood together. We ain't finna do all that. But remember they
Right.
used to do it. They was
That's
making
nasty.
themselves blood cousins or brothers because
Yeah.
what they were saying, this friendship is deeper than what you imagine.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still have quite a few, but I'm gonna tell you something. I had a couple that I thought would be in my life forever.
Hmm.
Since seventh grade, we've been rocking. But as soon as I started making different moves, and this was just recently, when I started making different moves and started doing, moving and shaking, people act funny. And so that was probably the saddest thing I ever had to do was mourn some people that still are breathing and walking around. I say that all the time. But sometimes they just here for a season. That's it. They gotta go. Like you was
Hmm.
cool back then, but I'm different
That shit
now.
hurt your feelings too, though.
Man, man, that
That
shit
shit
hurt my
hurt your
feelings
feelings
today.
too. Like shit, nigga, you is my G.
Man, I could cry thinking about it. Like, you know what I mean? But you
Yeah,
gotta be okay
because
with it.
go ahead, DJ Shady, my bad.
No, no, no. I'm just saying, like, you got to get to a point where you're okay with it because they know all your secrets. You know all Liz, like, and then how you just flip on me. And what I'm realizing is that, especially in the Black culture,
Hmm.
we all have a lot of trauma
Okay.
that we deal with. And so sometimes it kind of comes out in your interactions,
Hmm.
period. So sometimes, like, when if you want to do things in life and you haven't been able to because of situations, because of whatever, and your good friend is doing those things that you want to do, it's hard to be happy when you're so unhappy. And I just realized that that's where some people are. They're not, they can't be happy for you. They can't see you progress because they're so unhappy.
Right.
So in this instance, I had to let some friends go, and
Yeah,
most
because I was
hurtful
gonna say
friends.
sound like some of those were not actual friends. You know what I mean? They
Exactly.
were
I
just
don't
more
think
like
so.
associates.
But
Basically, what you
No,
then
but they was cool as long as you was on their level.
for sure, Black, yes, for sure. But
As long as you was on their level, that everything was cool. As soon as you start elevating in there,
yeah,
it's like EPMD. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Like Paris got mad at Eric because Eric was doing something different with his money.
I think
You
that's
know
why
what I'm
most
saying?
groups fall
they had
out.
they had
Period.
Yeah,
they had
see, and those are not true friends. Friends will never allow money, women or men to
to
allow them
get
to
in the
fall out. You know what I mean? And that goes
exactly.
just to friendships. But and I'll give you examples of, I've really never had too many friends. Most of my friends were my family. That I would call family. But I had two childhood friends that I can probably say that that's still some of my closest friends besides, some of you guys that I have up here on this panel today. But
Mhm.
you live and you learn. Some people are in your life for a season, you know what I mean? But to me, a true friend is gonna, kind of what you iterated on earlier, LaShawn, your friend is gonna be there through thick and thin. There is not anything for monetary gains. They're gonna tell you when you're wrong. They're not gonna be a yes man. Your friend is definitely gonna make sure that, they try to give you the right information that you need as a friend to, to be able to go on and,
They're gonna be there for you,
so your
no
life can
matter
be
what.
better.
Like,
A friend is
like,
not going to
like,
see you
like,
fall and see you fucked up
like,
out here. You know what I mean? So I just
all the
want to give you
friends
guys
that I had
my
in my
definition of
life,
what I think a friend, is. And like I said, most of my friends have always been, my family members. A lot of my friends just were childhood friends, and we all once we graduated, we separated when I went our own separate ways. So a lot of my friends, like I said, is just been my family members. Up to this point.
Do you think that friends need labels? Like, okay, so because I just feel like friends, it can't be a blanketed statement. It has to be that, okay, that's my work friend, or that's my childhood friend, or you know what I mean, or that's or something. Do you
Right
think
now, I
that it
get it. I'm
needs
a, I'm a, I'm
kind
gonna
of
say no. A true friend does not need a label. When you call somebody a friend, that's a friend. It don't have to be a work friend or, you know, um, or any other label on it. A friend is a friend. I think a friend should just be labeled that.
At the
Mhm.
day, it doesn't matter what you label 'em. It doesn't if you say friend. It doesn't matter if you say work friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, school friend. It doesn't matter. A friend is going to be a friend. They're going to be a friend no matter what. You can label them whatever you want to label them, but if they're meant to be around you and you meant to be around them and y'all connect, it's going to work. Y'all going to find a way to make it work. See,
Yeah.
because like me, I was a guy out here, you know, a lot of people like to be around me because I'm a fool, you know what I'm saying? Silly. And, I knew how to get it out here.
Right.
At the end of the day, sometimes that's your worst enemy. People learn to dislike
Correct.
because of that too.
For
See, I ain't
sure.
scared of shit. And I ain't trying to act like I'm the biggest and hardest, but I ain't scared of shit. And sometimes people use you for that.
Right.
See, because they're cowards. Oh, LaShawn, she can fight her ass off. I'm gonna hang with her. So if them bitches act crazy, LaShawn gonna set it off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People pick and choose who they want to be with based on certain things.
Right.
But
But I
that's not
also
a true
think,
friend because they just using you.
yeah. But I also think, Big Dave, at this age, that we should have better discernment about the people that we allow in our life. Like, I'm
Exactly.
almost like no new friends for real, but I realized that I'm in a new city, so I can't be like that totally. You know what I mean? I'm in a city by myself, so I
So what do
gotta
you
kind
you
of
being to yourself and sheltering yourself?
See, but
I'm
I want to actually,
yeah, kind
right,
of really.
right.
I don't open myself up to experience the people here in Detroit, and that's not fair to me or to
Do you
somebody.
think,
Yeah.
not cut you off on the Sean or Dane, do
Go
you
ahead, Dave.
think by you being in a new city, I think it's best that you take your time because you have to learn how people move here.
For sure. And I
You have
am
to learn because where
new
you, if you from Chicago, you used to a certain movement. If you're
for
not from
sure.
here, you might not be used to this movement. If I move to Chicago, even though I know people down there, I'm still not from there.
For
Right,
sure. It is a
So I
difference.
gotta pay attention how they move because I might come with the way I live and how we do down here, and they be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
right. See, and I want to say this, LaShawn. See, if you wouldn't have been open to having new friends, we would have not met. You wouldn't be friends with
Correct.
me, or you would not be friends with Dave. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's a good thing, and I used to be that way, not not being, I'm not going to say all the way being responsive, opening up to having new friends, you know what I mean? But, sometimes, your new friends can turn out to be better than your old friends. You know what I
I
mean?
agree. I agree.
you know,
But you know what? It's like almost like, okay, I'm in a different stage of my life. So I now have to have friends on the level I'm on now.
right,
You know what I mean? Like, like my friends that are my friends, die hard, hit, and as fast as they can if I call them. I don't worry about them. They
right,
there. They there anyway. You know what I mean? But like the new people, you gotta kind of open yourself. And at this age, it's kind of hard because I've been through so much with trying to figure friends out.
right,
My ex say all the time, like he called me the humane shelter, the humane department, because I always get people who have less than me kind of, I'm always trying to help them do
right.
something or expose them to something. And he was like, yeah, you always get these strays.
I mean,
right,
maybe, maybe it's meant for you to meet people like that. And I'm not
right,
saying it is, but maybe it is because if that's what you keep attracting, maybe that's what's for you because you are a giver and not a
right,
Yeah,
taker. But
right.
yeah,
sometimes
definitely a
becomes
taker.
dangerous and you can set yourself up that way. So you have to minimize how you do things. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all can honestly say you have been knowing somebody for 20 years and y'all been the best of friends, y'all been like family, and you end up meeting somebody else through them and y'all end up getting closer than you and that person ever was. And then that other person gets jealous
You,
because you are
Mm,
closer with the person they introduce you to.
well, yeah, that's kind of like what we talked
I
about
got
earlier, Dave, and what me and Black talked about. I met you through somebody else, but how me and Black met, I met him through a cousin. Well, my ex-wife cousin, and that's how me and him met. And I
Okay.
think the relationship between them two were kind of got what's the word I'm looking for? He kind of got jealous of. Well, I'm not gonna say jealous, but
territory,
they relationship
territory.
changed. As me
We
and Black
just
got a
got
lot closer
close.
together.
We just related better
Right,
Yeah,
because I came from here. You came from Detroit. You was messing with his cousin. I wasn't messing with no one. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So then, I remember when I met you, nigga, your piranhas tried to eat me through the tank. So this nigga had a tank full of piranhas.
Yeah. See, and to make a long story short, me and him became best friends, and the guy that we met through, we don't even speak to this day, and not for no particular reason, but that just let you know how good of a friendship me and Black had, over this, I'll say
I
maybe
had a,
25
I had
year
Man, I
friendship
went out
period.
to the club. I went out to the club with this nigga. This nigga left me. I'm from Akron.
Ah, come on
Mm.
now.
You know what I'm
Don't
saying? I'm in
I
Toledo. We
left
at the
you.
club. We on a whole nother side of town.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
See, if I left you, Black, you must have been on some bullshit. I ain't never left you
No, not
nowhere.
no, not you. Keith left me.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was about to say I don't think I
hey,
ever left
hey,
a
you
nigga that
You
was
said if it
riding
came
with
had
and
me.
been
got
you,
me,
dang, he was
Lee.
on some bullshit.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say he was on
came
some
and got
bullshit if
me,
I left
Lee.
him.
You came and got me, bruh.
I'm surprised I'm talking to you right now. Then, if I left you,
Yeah, because
Hey,
that's kind of
look,
like how me and you met, LaShawn.
yeah, pretty
Lee,
much.
you came and got me. You came and got me
so
there.
that mean he's a real dedicated friend to you, and he,
Yeah.
he wasn't gonna leave you stranded no matter what. I mean, just sometimes some people are put in your life for a reason.
Hmm.
See,
Oh man.
the connection don't just always connect like that. Sometimes they are meant to be in your life
No, and I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%. I
because
think,
when you commit
God
somebody,
puts people in
go ahead.
your life for a reason, and if that friendship is able to stick, that's something that, God put in front of you guys, so I think that's something that, that's a bond that, that's unbreakable, because like I look at my friends like family, you know what I mean? And I look at you
Same
all
with me.
like family, you know what I
I
mean?
look at it like family when we get close, but it's some relationships are meant to outgrow.
Right.
Hmm. For
Everybody,
sure.
like LaShawn said, she had girls from the seventh grade. She thought they was gonna be friends for eternity. But some
Hmm.
friendships are meant to outgrow. Because
Yeah.
the more that you grow, you start to see things different. And when they grow, they start to see things different. And sometimes y'all might not see eye to eye no more.
For
Yeah.
And you can
sure.
tell when it's getting like that because y'all
You
start
can.
Right.
distancing yourself from each
Hmm.
start
Hmm.
Well, I
talking.
want
And
to
when
ask you
you
this.
see,
Go ahead, Dave. I want to ask LaShawn this question, but go ahead, Dave. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go ahead. That's how we got to do
Now,
it.
and I
Interesting.
want to ask you this from a female's perspective. Have you found, and most females say this, have you found for it to be easier with male friends than female friends?
I would say right now I have four really close girlfriends. I probably have 12 really close guy friends.
Yeah, see, and I want to ask you that question. So why is it
Mhm.
that? Why is it that? Because normally when you meet a female or you talk to a female, they typically always say, I don't fuck with these bitches. Bitches run their mouth, this, that, and the other. Why is it that? Why is it? It seems like most females tend to be um, good friends with their male friends than they are with their female friends. I should say.
I think that at some point, women, it really doesn't matter how long you've been friends, but at some point, there becomes a pushback. Whatever area of the relationship, there's a pushback. I have been known to be kind of weird in my thinking. I kind of agree with guys on a lot more things than what other women do. I kind of agree with men on. And I just think my connection with men platonically is better because they really allow me to be myself. And I don't have to change or, okay, well, last time I said that, she got mad, so I ain't gonna say,
Mhm.
I don't have to walk on eggshells at all with my guy friends. I go and I'm gonna tell you something like, in college, I played pool. I've been playing 30 years, which is a mostly male activity sport, and to just be in an area, other women look at me and say, she got to be fucking one of them. Or I know she fucking one. Look, she in a car with a whole bunch of guys by herself. She fucking all of them or one of them. And I ain't fucked nobody.
It's
Right.
gonna be. It will
you
be.
know, we went to Miami. I went to Miami for a conference. It was maybe, I would just say about 10 guys, and then it was just me and another girl. and they had to come and sneak me out of the room so I could go hang out with them, but they didn't want her to go. You
Mm,
know what I mean? So, first of all, I think that, pretty women attract pretty women.
right.
And so men want me around. It's a give and take because they want me around because I'm the bait. I'm gonna talk to
You know
other
what?
women.
That's a
I'm a
true
big
statement.
man.
If you're a billboard, that highs land.
Yeah, it's just what it is. They want me around. And because I'm cool, I don't require a whole lot. I can hold my own. I ain't gotta be up under them.
You
A matter of
fun.
fact, they always coming to find me in the club. Because I'm like, nigga, because I can't get no action with y'all around because y'all are cock blockers. So I have to get away from them. But these niggas are gonna find me, you know. But I feel secure wherever I go, and they feel the need to take care of me. But it is strictly platonic. Like that now, don't get me wrong. All the
I
niggas have
heard
tried
that.
at some point. They have all shot they shot at some point.
And it's
But
okay. That
yeah,
don't
but
mean
as
it's gonna happen.
long I set boundaries. I've been setting boundaries a long time. We cool as long as you keep it cool, you know. So that's what it is, and they understand that, you
You
know.
know
But if
what's crazy? I got the same thing going on because I have an equal amount of I have a lot of people I deal with, but like I said, I'm outgrowing a lot of relationships because you start to see that people not right. And when you start to see that, you can't be blind to it. You see them.
mm-mm,
You have to be honest with yourself. Some people don't want to lose people, huh?
mm-mm, mm-mm. Go ahead,
Some
Dave.
people, some
Go
folks
go
don't.
ahead. I'm talking to myself.
Go ahead,
Are you
Dave.
Mm-hmm.
good? Some people don't want to lose people because they feel like they don't want to be lonely or by themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they put up with more than they have to. But I have equal amount of guys that I deal with, an equal amount of women that I deal with. But if you ask me who I hang out the most with, it's the women.
Okay.
It be
Mm-hmm.
in 10. See, it's like her story. It'd be me and 10 women.
Mm-hmm.
At all, I go to all the concerts, and when I go out of town, and all the concerts I go to is with all females.
Mm,
Yeah.
But see,
But
what's crazy?
how
The
did your wife deal
guys.
with that?
See, what's crazy is I asked the guys, do they want to do the same shit? They're boring. They don't want to do it. But the minute they see me live and the women going live, they start seeing boos and butts. Oh
right.
man, why you ain't invite me? You can't go now. Because y'all didn't want to go. I invited you first. But see,
Yeah.
the difference is when different sexes hook up, the pressure is different than when you just
Right.
hang with guys. Because it's
Correct.
always gonna be something like when women hang with women, it's always gonna be something that woman don't like that the other woman do, and they gonna
Mm-hmm.
find a way to fall out because it's always jealousy.
right.
Mm-hmm.
The
'Cause-
same with a bunch of niggas hang. We could be 20 deep at a concert. It's gonna be
mm-hmm.
somebody in that man group later on. Y'all gonna end up boxing,
Mm,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be for the dumbest shit in the world.
right.
But see, when you got guys hanging with women, you don't get that because the pressure is different.
Yeah.
See, and that's crazy, Dave, because I was going to ask you that same question, but you already answered it. So you say you you prefer more female friends than male friends because of jealousy and just things like you just stated.
Yeah, because it's back. See, when I'm with them, I ain't got to listen to the bullshit, man. He always tripping, man. That nigga always want to put his hands on somebody. You know what I'm saying? When I'm with the females, it's all fun. We having
Right.
a good time. I mean, we just partying, doing
Mm-hmm.
whatever we want to do, and it ain't no drama. Now, I ain't saying all the time when you with the fellas is like that, but it's always one or two of them guys
Right.
that's studying you the whole time, but y'all supposed to be close.
Right.
And they be
Right.
wishing for something to go wrong because they're jealous.
Mm,
Because they not you.
yeah.
And you
Oh,
hate to
uh,
say
uh,
it's jealousy. You hate to say that because it just sounds so elementary.
right.
But a lot of times that is exactly what it is. I actually have a question for you guys,
Go ahead.
especially you, Black. I'm gonna ask you, Black. All right. So, what are some of the areas in friendship where you haven't been the best friend?
Shit, I ain't never. I can't even say never. because I always tried to be that guy with everybody that I consider a friend. Because, you know, you got your niggas and you got your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So you said, what area did I feel like I wasn't a
Yeah.
friend?
You wasn't a friend. Like, like you haven't been a best friend. Was it because you've been flaky, because you lied, because you might have stole, or maybe because you was kind of iffy? Like, what are
Right.
some of the areas or
Or
a
for
area?
whatever reason.
All right, I'm gonna put this shit out on air because
Yeah,
it's real talk and I'm gonna be 100.
With
yeah,
Big Dave.
My man, 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? His girl. You know what I'm saying? He knew I liked her when from the first time he told me about her. I liked her. I never met her. Then he went to jail for like 7 years. He got out of jail. He didn't even do the whole 7. You know what I'm saying? He did. Sometime he came out, but he found her and he took me around her. We went around. So I was around, but I never approached her. Nothing. But
so you
then he did some more shit and he went to jail for 30 something years. And then I had a warrant and I got caught up on my warrant. I wouldn't, so when I got out, I ran into, the day I got out, I ran into her at the gas station. And
the rest is history.
I just happened to move around the corner from her because the chick that I was that like when I went in, the chick that I was living with after we got out, she was on some bullshit, and I just don't be on bullshit.
I get it. So you was grimy, huh?
No,
You was,
I wasn't
that was your
grimy.
boy.
I don't feel like I was grimy because
Did
I
you did
didn't
you did you
start
fuck
out
with her?
being grimy.
Did you
That's
fuck
your
with her?
boy.
For 17 years. Shit, her kids is my grandbabies.
Mm. Black, let me ask you something. When he used to talk about her to you,
He showed me naked pictures of her.
okay,
Oh man.
okay, we're gonna get into that. But listen, and I ain't trying to take over, Dame, but I gotta
No,
get this.
go ahead. You good. This is a good,
When he started
interesting
talking
story.
to you, when he started talking to you
Dude,
about this,
he was talking about trading. He wanted to trade the chick that I was messing with at the
so
time.
he was trying to give her to you.
And he
So he's
kept
trying to tip
saying,
her up.
he kept saying, go ahead and do what you do. And I'm
You
like,
know, some guys
no.
say that
And
they don't mean that.
like we ain't got cool because this was my nigga, so we kicked it all the time. So when I ended up moving around the corner from her, you know what I'm saying, and then she started coming over. What it was, this would motherfucker put the nail in the coffin. My landlord let my apartment go into
Foreclosure.
basically we had to go. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But we was gonna stay there until
The eviction,
yeah.
So make a long
We,
story short, Black, did you end up fucking with your man's girl or what?
right?
her kids, babies is my grandbabies.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay, so you end up fucking with her.
that ended up being. So when this guy was trying to give her to you and you didn't bite, and then when he was telling you about her and showing you pictures all along, you wanted her, but
Oh,
you never went after.
he knew from the time he told me. I wanted her when he told me about her before I even seen her. It was after he did
Notice,
his first 7 year bid and he got out. Then
Then he got
he's
the
like, yeah,
30.
you remember blah blah blah. Yeah, I know where she at. And we went down. She didn't even let me in her house the
Mm.
first time.
So, but yeah,
Mm-mm.
not to get too far
Okay.
off subject, but that was the question that Shiny D asked. That
No,
was
but my man, he hit me when he was getting out this last time when he was getting out and told me how unloyal I was
See,
for
how
for
you get,
messing with her.
see, you get
And
to the point.
I believe in karma, right?
Okay.
And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of my bad luck was because I made that move. You
Okay,
know
see,
what I'm
that's
okay.
saying?
what I was trying to ask you, Black, because see, us as guys, when we're not in a real relationship, we have a rule.
No,
If
but
I say,
he ain't care about her, bro.
well,
He wanted
But
to rob a jewelry store in her car in broad daylight.
well, see, he might
In
didn't
her
care
car.
about her, but he cared about her enough that he thought you was unloyal.
right.
See, the
Mm-hmm.
thing, the point,
That's cause he wanted to do some other shit.
but
You know
still,
what I'm saying? Because we talked.
I mean, I
That
get
cause
what you're saying.
good. That cause he felt like he could do some other shit with her. You
Okay,
know what I'm saying? Where
but
I was on the
still,
right path.
he
It's
still
right
looked
and
at
wrong,
you.
right?
He still looked at you as unloyal. So the point I'm trying to make, as guys, we have a rule. When you say off limits, that means off limits. When you say I don't care, that means you don't care. But most guys always say they don't care, but they do.
Right.
See, I had a friend and he had this girl. She liked me, but I would never diss him like that because I ain't cut like that. There's too many women out here. But he was like, man, get her, get her. I don't give a damn about her. I said, man, you for real? And he was like, hell yeah, I'm for real. And then I did, and I told him I did. Then he beat her up.
Yeah.
And then
See,
she
and,
called me and said, why you tell him this and that? And I called him, I'm like, dog, I thought you didn't care. Oh no, man, I got on her on something else. He lied.
yeah. See,
I feel like that's where
and
a
that's a
lot of
rule
my
that I
bad
always
karma
went back
come
to,
from.
Big Dave. I think no matter friends or family, I think that's a rule that every man and woman should abide by. You should never want to date or fuck with a female that your man's or your cousin
Right, because it
don't
don't
fuck with.
lead to
I
I
feel
don't
like that's
agree.
where a lot of my
I don't
bad karma
I don't
came from.
agree. I do not agree.
You know,
And I'm gonna tell
okay,
you
can
why
explain,
I
tell me
don't
why.
agree. I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree. Because if we don't work out, I don't have a right to tell you if you have a connection with somebody else and I just happen to be friends. My only responsibility, if I have any sort of respect for you, would be honesty. And so to come to you and even say, look, this is where my head is, and I want to know what you think about it. That's all I owe you. You can't tell me that I can't be with somebody because they're your friends. Now, guys try to pull it all the time, but if we're talking about friendship,
No,
and
no, we're talking
then
about friends, like two friends that we're talking about now.
yeah,
And your friend was,
Like I used to have dreams
yeah.
about this
Hold on,
nigga
Black. Hold on,
getting out
Black.
of jail.
Hold on for
I used
one
to
minute,
have
Black. We
dreams
talking
about
about
this.
friends like how we're friends, and say for instance, like me and Dave, or we won't even mention none of us. We're just two friends, are friends, and one dated, um, had a boyfriend or whatever, and they broke up. So you don't think that that would be off limits for you to date your girlfriend's man?
I don't want it.
all I owe you is honesty.
Okay,
Like, okay, so listen. If you my girl, I probably know a lot about your man.
right,
You know what I mean? If you my girl.
because she don't
And
told you
so
a lot.
I wouldn't want him anyway, you
Right.
know. But if y'all dated for a moment, y'all realize that it didn't work out, so y'all move on. And me and him meet each other somewhere else or see each other somewhere else and spark up a conversation. I owe you honesty to tell you, hey, I ran into your guy. And just to be honest about it, like he was looking good, he was looking nice. He actually
Hmm.
asked me for my phone number or whatever. I have
Right.
to be honest with you about what is going on. I think what would be the determining factor would be how long you guys dated. Like, did you guys produce children? You
Mm.
know, did you
Yeah, we'll
guys,
we'll we'll we'll
live
say what if
together?
they did? What if they produced a child out of a 5 year
I,
relationship?
I wouldn't, because that would be way too messy, especially when I probably have a relationship with your child.
Right.
And so that just would be a little too messy
I
for me.
just, LaShawn, I agree with you. You know, it's all about honesty, but no one's going to be honest when they ain't right. So let's just get real. But see,
Hey,
But
but can
it's
I
only
say,
not right. No,
I
it's
did
only
try
not
to
right.
motherfucker
Oh,
Wait,
oh,
wait,
oh,
wait.
get
oh,
Wait,
in
black,
touch with
wait,
hold
cousin.
on,
black,
Black. Hold
wait,
on,
black,
Black. Go
wait,
ahead,
black.
LaShawn.
It's only not honest. I mean, it's only not right when you're not honest.
okay,
If I'm honest, I take the wrong out of it.
that's what
You,
I'm
you
saying.
agree?
But
Mhm.
most people, see, you might be honest, but most people are not. See, let me give you a quick one, and then Black take over.
Yeah.
Um, a quick one is a lot of times when men make these rules, the woman don't know nothing about it.
Mhm.
Y'all don't know nothing about it. It's a man thing. So if I tell Dane and I meet this girl and I've been dealing with her for a while, and I go to Dane, and this is what I think is the most mistake from women and men. I don't care how close we is as partners or girls, or like y'all girls are girls and guys are guys. I don't think that we should be showing naked pictures to them because all you're doing is making somebody want
I
that.
agree.
And
Yeah,
it
for
turns
sure.
to a problem because I'm gonna tell you what, I had a friend and I told him about this girl I had, but he always liked her because I knew he always liked her because when he found out I was messing with her, he was like, dang, he started bragging about her body. And he used to call me and be like, man, I seen her on Facebook with this low cut dress. Oh my God. And I'm like to myself, why you keep fucking calling me about,
Right.
you know what I'm
But
saying?
he's
So
bragging
one
because he's
day she
bragging.
called me, I'm gonna make it quick. One day
Right.
she gave me a call and she was like, now his buddy stayed across the street from her, but he needed her address because he was gonna send his sister over there. And this is why I knew how Messenger and all that worked, because I wasn't into that shit. And she was like, "Hey, your boy called me on Messenger and wanted the neighbor's address." And I just got quiet on there. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I'm trying to figure out what he called you for. He could have asked me to ask you that."
Right.
Mm,
Then I had to
yeah.
think later, but now I found out how Messenger worked 2 years later. His number, I mean, somebody had did some stuff on my stuff, and I looked, I'm like, damn, this shit's still here unless you delete it. So, overlay for the underlay. He calls her, so the number is there. He leaves his number on there. After he messaged her, he leaves his number on there. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, when he used to call and do this, I wasn't thinking nothing of it at the time. And then one day I was like, why does he keep calling me, telling me what she got on? I mean, it's starting to get weird now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what you learn from that is some stuff ain't meant to be talked.
Right. That's
Because
true.
I've had exes that have been like, "Hey, stop fucking with her, because that's not your girl." And if this is my man and I trust him, I've had women that I have dropped like a bad habit because they've said that. I really don't even have to know why. You
Mm.
know,
So you just went off of
she's not,
exactly what she told you, and you just dropped
because
them.
he ain't gonna lie.
Right.
And probably for me to just drop her, I kind of had feelings about that anyway.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some suspicion was there anyway. And for him to tell me, hey, she's not your girl, I don't need to know nothing else.
Right. That
Because he
means she
ain't
must
got
have
no
said
dog
some
in this fight.
some scantless
He
shit to
ain't got
him.
yeah, he ain't got no dog in this fight.
Right.
So he don't care if we friends, you
Well,
know?
go on in and speak your piece, Black, and we'll go on in and close out in a little bit.
All right, shit. I don't know what else to say. Shit.
Hey, did you Did
I
you?
want you to watch this show tomorrow, Black. Okay, I want you to watch this show right here.
Yeah,
Okay, tomorrow.
but yeah,
Well,
and I
was
agree
I
with
fucked up
what you were
on?
saying 100%. To a certain extent, Shiny DJ Shiny D. I think true friends, will be honest in that situation. Like if you were
Hey,
dating
can I
someone,
say this? I'm sorry to cut you
go
off
ahead,
there. Can I say this?
go ahead.
Like when shit started with me and Shorty, I did try to get in touch with my man. You know what I'm saying? And let him know what was happening. I did. I'm not no corny ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, no, I
you
get
know what
it.
I'm saying? I did, but ain't nobody. I talked to his mama. I talked to his sister. I talk. I you know what I'm
Now,
saying.
now the question
It's
is, are you
like,
guys friends to this day?
Right.
oh nigga, that nigga hit me when he got out of jail and told me how corny and unloyal that I was.
So all along he was lying
Because he
to you
had
when he was
because he
showing you those
had
pictures.
plans. He like I had plans. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do.
See,
But
and
at
that's
that
why I
time,
say
me and
I
her
don't think.
wasn't even together no more.
Right. See, and that's why I say I'm gonna go back to what DJ Shiny D was saying. You can be honest and loyal, all you want, but I don't think
Exactly.
I don't think that a friend should ever want to go out, and date your friend's
No,
exes or what, nothing like that.
it's
You know what
not
I mean?
worth it.
Because it's going to cause conflict between that friendship, and that bond that you and your friend actually had. You know
He
what I
he
mean?
said he said what? Y'all niggas thought I wasn't gonna never get out. 30
Yeah,
something years is a long time.
yeah. I
But
mean,
But you
but
know what? It's a lot
but
of
I wasn't even thinking about early time.
yeah. See, but you got to think of
And but
friendships last forever, right?
at the time when it was happening for real, at the time when it was happening, I just thought I was just going to hit, but some other shit started happening. Like
you said you liked it her in the beginning when you
I did, I
Mhm.
just wanted to hit, nigga.
no,
I
you
ain't no
wanted more than that.
relationship type of motherfucker, and I ended up staying with her for 17
Man,
years.
that's because you liked it. Or once you got a piece of the magic, you lost it.
Okay. Well,
I
look,
I
I,
lost it,
I'm
cuz.
yeah. I'm gonna ask y'all each and every one of you this question. To to your friend now, you can say this to your childhood friend or your present friends. What advice would you give to DJ Shiny D to your friend? Going forward. Childhood friend or any of your present friends.
On what? On how to be friends with me,
Yeah,
or
just on how to make your friendship better and just to just be a better friend, and how y'all bond can get stronger just as friends.
I think that especially when you're meeting somebody new, it is important to have continual updates and conversations about how they feel. And I've had this incident where I was becoming a friend to someone, and we just kept butting heads. And what it is because she has past trauma with women. I have past trauma with women. So we're moving kind of defensively at first. It wasn't until we had several conversations. Well, look, this is what you did, and it made me feel like this. So the one thing that we said was that we would not wait when things bother us about that someone did, that the other one did, that we would have a conversation about it early, so that it doesn't fester.
Right.
And that has been pivotal in us becoming friends. I think now that she sees that I'm not coming from a malicious place, I see she's not coming from a malicious place. We just understand that we've been hurt in the past. And so
Well,
we're moving because the body just doesn't forget.
Right.
But now we're much better. And, a friendship is budding. So it can
Well, that's
happen.
awesome. Okay, well, I'm asking you that same question, Black.
I love
If
hearing
I'm
you
Black, I'm
speak,
asking you
my
that same
sister.
Oh,
question.
I'm
thank you,
sorry.
What would you do, or what would you say to your friend? You know, if they listening to this, that you can make childhood friend or present friend. You know, what would you say to them that can make you guys' friendship and your bond better and stronger? What would you say to your friend?
You talking to
You
me?
No, I'm
Or
talking to
Dave? You
Black.
talking to them? Oh, Black.
younger than me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
What would
But
you
are
say to
you
your
my nigga? I'm sorry for all times I said I was gonna make it up there. And I'm sorry for all
Oh.
times you was supposed to come down here. Nigga, I just feel like I'm too old to be the broke friend. And shit. Nigga, when you come, I want to show you the same thing that you would show me if you came down here.
The Damon got it. He got all the money. You should just
Hey,
shit?
Double D,
Not since they don't knock me back down to where I'm
double D,
at.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look,
you my guy,
for
you my
sure.
guy.
You know, and I
Oh,
Hey,
want,
you
hey,
know what I'm
you my
saying?
guy too. You know, I'm gonna ask you that same question, Dave. If one of your friends, if you got something, if there's something that you can say to one of your friends, childhood or present friend, you know, to make your friendship stronger or your bond stronger, what would you say?
I'm just keep it real. It starts with respect. We have to be able to respect one another, and we have to be able to understand one another. If we have no respect or no understanding, there's no way we can meant anything. So we have to understand, and we have to learn to listen to one another. That's a problem with all of us. Everybody want to have the last word. It's not about the last word. It's about understanding.
Right.
If I can talk to you and tell you how I feel, you have to listen to me when I tell you how I feel, so you can understand how I feel, and you should respect that if you're a good friend.
for sure.
And when you tell me, it should be mutual. That's
Hmm.
the only way that we can get through it, because if we can talk it out and we can get understanding and put that respect there, we can find a way to get through it. You
For
can
sure.
never get through it when there's no communication. When
Right.
somebody always want you to hear them, but they never want to hear you. You can tell when a person don't want to hear you, or they don't respect the friendship or respect you as a person, because the minute you start talking, they start talking over you, or they don't hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do anything to get better as a friend and mend our relationship. If we've been struggling through this relationship over years, we have to start with respect and understanding.
Mm, for sure.
Real
There we
talk.
go. You know, well, and I'll end it off with this. If I call you my friend, that's because I have respect and I have love for you, and I'll just say, just treat me like how I treat you. I think it's friendship is a mutual thing, and it's not always a monetary thing. You know, friendship can come from, just having a good conversation, calling your friend up, seeing how their day was, may even asking them what they had to eat today, by making their day. That may make their day, by taking them out to lunch or, buying them dinner or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's not always a monetary thing. It's just always just being there, for your friend when they need you. You know what I mean? Always having that open ear to talk to your friend, because everyone always needs someone to lean on and to be able to talk to. So I think a good friend will always have that open ear, just give their honest opinion,
Right
and
here.
not what they want to hear. You know what I mean? DJ Shiny D, let everybody know what you got going on and where they can reach you.
You can always reach me at glossshea at yahoo.com. I got all the shea butters, beard oils, hair oil, skin, lip balm, face scrub. Now I'm moving on up. Like, let's go.
Yes, yes,
Mm.
and I need to put me an order in, and I will be doing that
I
soon.
got to put me a damn order in. Talk about
For
fat,
Yes,
sure.
all
yeah.
this shit.
Well,
You
Big
Anytime.
got an
Dave, let them know where they can
exfoliating
reach you and what
shit
you got
too?
going on.
I've been podcasting for almost a year now. You can catch me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can catch me under um damn. You can catch me on the Big Dave Crawford on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Real Talk, that's one whole word, WIT, WIT, Big Dave. And you can email me if you need to get with me to do a show or anything like that. You can email me. That's D as in Dave, Cross, CRAW, number one, boy, number two, at gmail.com.
I can't wait to do a show with you, Big
There
Dave.
we go.
Oh, I
And
can't. When we finish, I'm gonna call you so you can unlock the number, and we'll make it happen real soon.
That would be dope.
okay,
And when,
Black,
I make
let
my
it
order, so bring it with you.
let
I
everybody know where
will
they can
do
reach
that.
you and what you got going on, Black.
Hey, yeah, I could just reach me on Facebook. I don't do much.
I got you,
I
Big Dave.
look
Okay,
and laugh at y'all.
okay, there we go. There we go. Well, I want to thank
I'm finna get on this real talk with Dave shit because
there
I
we
need
go.
something to laugh at.
Yeah, make sure when you hang
Oh
up, you
man,
go over there and subscribe to his channel too.
no, you make sure, Dane, you call him tomorrow and give him the information because he might forget when you hang
No,
up,
when
man.
he hang up, he gonna go right over to your channel and subscribe. Real talk
I'm
with
going
Big
right
Dave.
over to your channel as soon as we get off of
You
this.
do the same, LaShawn. Go on in
Yeah,
and
Sure.
subscribe. You can look
Will
at
do.
what I did
yeah,
so far. You know,
yeah.
I promise.
Brother,
it
I
let
got you, my guy. I got you.
Okay, well, look, well,
Will
there we
do.
go. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming on the
Hey, can
show.
I say
You
one
know,
more thing? Because I've been quiet this whole podcast before you
go
did
ahead,
it.
speak your piece before we go, Black.
I've been getting while the getting is good.
Okay, well, look, I
yeah.
want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming on the show. It's definitely been a good conversation. Hopefully, each and one of our friends saw this show. So if they were you guys as friends, they saw this. And you guys can make your friendship better. It's all about just trying to make friendships better, make bonds better. Because like I said, everyone needs someone at the end of the day, to lean the ear on. And what's wrong with having a good friend? Like I said. So go ahead, DJ Shiny D.
Oh no, I wasn't trying to say anything. I was just saying make sure y'all drinking a lot of water. Y'all
No, for
eating some
sure.
fruit at least 4 times a
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Okay?
I'm
So
on
yeah,
to 2 days
Yeah.
a week, all vegetables and fruits, and then the rest of the 5 days a week, meats, vegetable, fruits.
there you go. There you
Wonderful.
go. See, and that's what friends are for, to tell you stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Mhm.
if you got a good friend, and that friend been in your life, since childhood, or no matter if you just met that friend, if they're a good friend, hold on and keep on to them, because real, true, good people are hard to come and hard to find. So it's been another one. It's your boy Dame D, and we are out. Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Yeah.